Hey y'all, it's Naya back again. Okay, we on our consistent shit, trying to get a motherfucking schedule together. If you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel. I am Naya. Call me Naya. And if you are a returning viewer, what up though? Make sure y'all subscribe, like this video, comment, talk to me. I talk back. And remember to check the description box below because I will have a couple of links for you to be able to use free links, free websites, free apps for you to be able to get your natal chart if you do not have it. So if you don't know your moon or your rising or your houses or your south and north node or anything like whatever, you can go down to the description box and you can click on one of those links either to one of the websites. There are two websites and then one app that you can download as well to have on your phone. But just keep in mind too, you will need to know your exact time of birth. All right. I say this every video because I just want to make sure people understand. You have to have your exact time of birth. For me, I was born at 3:11 p.m. You need down to the exact minute. So if you was born at 1:49, you need that 1:49. All right. But that's just something that I put in the description box for y'all, just in case y'all want that. Y'all need that information, so that way y'all can be able to keep up with y'all sun, moon, and rising readings, okay? But I love y'all, and this morning we are going to go ahead and get into Leo's energy. Leo energy. This morning we doing fire signs. We knocked out our air signs, our beloved Gemini, Libra, and Aquariuses. Now we're going to go ahead and hop into this fire energy. We're going to start off with Leo. I'm actually going to start off with some oracles here for Leo. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Come on, Naya. Come on. Don't embarrass yourself. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. What's going on? Can I get some moons for Leo? Divine feminine, divine masculine. I just been in such a space of gratitude, y'all, that I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I just been releasing. I've been, you know what I'm saying? And it just feels so good. Like, it might put you in a little bit of vulnerable space, but it just feels so good to just lighten your load. You feel me? All right. So, Leo, first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. And I am over here blabbering, running my mouth about how I've been releasing, how I've been whatever. I'm not a Leo. I don't have any Leo placements as far as sun, moon, and rising, but that's real funny I said that. All right, first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Let me get one more. So I feel like Leo, accept things for what they are. I have last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Yeah, release control and leave the past behind. Accept things for what they are. So I feel like Leo, this is a moving forward or to continue to move forward on your own or for you to, like let go of the things that no longer serve you or for you to no longer hold yourself hostage to past things. But you got two earth signs here. So Leo, too, you may need to ground yourself as well. If you're not someone who is easily able to sit still, like as far as meditation goes, go on walking meditations. Listen to some music or whatever, but ground yourself. All right, become one. I feel like appreciate what you have around you, Leo. I can understand wanting more, but I feel like Leo, you may need to ground yourself. You need to accept things for what they are, and you need to appreciate what you already have. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. Some star seeds for divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. All right, so the first one that I have is Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Frequency of sound and diving deep. So I feel like also too, Leo, possibly what you listen to right now could be extremely important to you or could have an effect on your mental. Like, I'm gonna use this as an example. It's like I use myself as an example. Like, I love to listen to old school, I listen to Etta James. I listen to old Anita Baker. I listen to what's his name? I listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I listen to like things like that. So I feel like Leo, you need to only be listening to or involving yourself in things that raise your frequency. So as far as like gossip or tea or like, people that just don't mean you well or whatever, or listen to drama or people want to be in your ear arguing or want to call you a drama, or however you go. I just feel like what you listen to, you need to watch what you listen to because I feel like it could have an effect on you. It's like your brain is a sponge. It'll soak it up and then it'll release it or it'll affect you, like your brain will suck it up as a sponge. But as far as like emotions are concerned, it will affect you emotionally, or it could affect your way of being. You ever listened to a song before and just cried, or it had you reminisce and think about some shit? So even Leo too, when you listen to certain songs, you can even start reminiscing. It's like, I'm gonna use this as an example. Like a certain song came on and it make you think about your ex, or it make you think about, you know, somebody in your family that you possibly used to be close with, or something like that. Let me get one more. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Leo. Release control and leave the past behind. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. So the last star seed that I have is Hiereth. Longing for home. Homesick for the stars. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. Share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. So I feel like too, Leo, you could be doing some self-reflection right now. And I feel like too, you could be in the midst of trying to figure out what's the most important, or what is your purpose here. Or I feel like too, you could even be looking at the fact that there is more to life than just money or clothes or certain relationships with people or whatever. So I feel like Leo, you could be on a journey of just like fulfilling yourself and making you happy, regardless of how ridiculous certain ideas you may have could sound to other people, or certain things that you may do could sound to other people, whatever. I just feel like, Leo, you could be on the, I feel like, Leo, you're validating yourself. But you got longing for home, homesick for the stars, release control, leave the past behind, and then Whale and Orca Elder, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. So I feel like, for whatever reason, Leo, I feel like music could put you in a meditative state. So if you don't know how to meditate, I don't know, I guess the right way, sit down. I mean, I don't feel, whatever. If you don't know how to meditate the traditional way or whatever the fuck, I just feel like sit to yourself with your music. Just you and your music, Leo. Just you and your music, just chilling and get your mind right. I had Rise that just flipped over. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. What was this? Darkness. Yeah, so I feel like also too, Leo, you could be coming out of a certain mental space. You could be coming out of a mental fog. A mental fog or an emotional fog, or you could have isolated yourself, not been really too much in a mix, really. Yeah, I got the shift, Leo. Your way of being could have changed. I'm gonna use this as an example. I'm not saying that you're someone who always want to be in the mix or always whatever. I mean, shit, you have your people that you fuck with. It might be some, you know, functions that you wouldn't mind going to, whatever. But I feel like, Leo, you could just, I don't know, I feel like you could be keeping yourself separate or in the house right now. Yeah, I got the shift, and then I also got inner healer. So I feel like with this release control too, I feel like, Leo, all problems cannot be fixed, at least not by you. And I feel like too, your perception of what is a problem or what does need to be fixed. So I feel like certain things, Leo, you may just need to allow them to work themselves out. Or what's that saying? What time will tell, or time heals all wounds. I mean, time does not exist, but at the same time, I just time don't exist at the same time. But at the same time though, Leo, I just feel like it's just a, I feel like this is giving me like me time, personal time. Let me get some goddess oracles for divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. I got Aunt Nancy, betrayal. Betrayal. So I feel like also too, Leo, to a certain extent, you could have betrayed yourself, whether it be somebody else or rather that be you. But I feel like whether it was through pride or having too much pride, or whether that be not realizing something at the very beginning, not following your intuition or whatever the fuck. But I feel like shit, oftentimes a reflection of how other people are betraying you, or sometimes a reflection of how you betray yourself. Let me get one more for Leo, please. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. Homesick for the stars. So I feel like, Leo, it's time for you to live in your purpose, and it's time for you to disconnect from the it's time to disconnect from the temporary. You feel me? So I feel like spoiling yourself spiritually. Let me get one more. I feel like paying attention to the things that you could have ignored as well. Maybe even certain, we ain't even got to speak spiritually, but maybe even certain aspects of your health or certain aspects about, toxic people like in relationships or situationships or people you may know. I have Mom Lambo self-sabotage. So I got Aunt Nancy betrayal, and then I got Mom Lambo self-sabotage. Let me read these out for y'all. All right, Aunt Nancy. She says, Aunt Nancy, betrayal. She says, who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. Betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust. But without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. This release control. The real question, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? The goddess declaration for Aunt Nancy, betrayal says, I am willing to know the truth. I am willing to know the truth. So this shift and then this inner healer as well, I feel like also too, Leo, you could only be willing to or wanting to like, I'm going to say this, like Leo could possibly only be wanting to or interested in fucking with people that's been with them since day one, or people that they formed relationships with back when they, let's say, I mean, whether it be you have a social media presence or whether you are popular amongst your neighborhood or friends or whatever, but it's like, and, got some type of notoriety or got some type of money out of it, or, maybe you're known for having a certain amount of money, whatever. But I feel like Leo is only interested at this time to deal with people that were with him prior to the notoriety, prior to the popularity, or prior to the money or anything like that. I just feel like genuine friendships, genuine relationships. Let me get this Mom Lambo self-sabotage. So I have, you are holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? The first quarter moon in Taurus says to release control. You are holding yourself apart from your blessings. And then it says to leave the past behind. To get what you want in this life, see, people be having shit fucked up. You cannot continue to dwell on what was and think that something new is going to come in. What you're going to constantly find yourself doing is being in this cycle of bringing in or manifesting those issues or the very things that you don't want into your present. You're going to constantly manifest your past into your present. So if you do not like being cheated on, if you do not like being lied to, if you do not being stolen from, if you are people are going to do those things, rather is, I mean, like, but you cannot hold, I'm gonna use this as an example. Don't hold your new partner or whatever, don't hold them under a magnifying glass, or don't be so suspicious of them about anything that they tell you or everything. Always use your discernment, like we got in this Aunt Nancy betrayal. But at the same time, if you're constantly projecting what happened to you from someone else or somewhere else or another time or whatever the fuck, you're going to constantly manifest that past bullshit into your present. And so you're creating a cycle for yourself. Okay? We don't need that type of shit. I have, your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Coping mechanisms. Your inner bully is the voice telling you you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired action can you take today? The goddess declaration for this card says, I have compassion for myself. I have compassion for myself. So I feel like you need to take time with yourself. I feel like too, Leo, don't just be out here surviving. Live. Don't just do things as a means of survival to have money, to what, because I don't know if y'all realize this or not, but it is gonna come a time where that paper, that dollar that people kill and steal over, that ain't gonna mean a motherfucking thing. Okay? That ain't gonna mean shit. That ain't gonna mean shit. So you walk in your purpose. All right, let's get some angel messages before I get into the tarot for divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. All right. So the two that I had came out for you. It says let go of ego. Let go of ego, let go of pride. The first quarter moon in Taurus said to release control. And then the last quarter moon in Capricorn said to leave the past behind. Let go of ego. So I feel like also too, Leo, if there is something that you want to express, rather it be artistically or rather that be vocally to another person or to whatever the fuck, you need to do that. Put your pride to the side or put to the side the fact. I feel like, Leo, you could possibly even overthink something so much that you talk yourself out of it. Like, or your pride could just be so tough, or like no, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not, because I don't usually do that, so I'm not gonna start doing that. And that's exactly the issue. That's that self-sabotage mentality. If you walk through life and you decide that you're not going to do something because that's not what you usually do or how you usually get down, that's fine. But what I want you to do in that moment is to take stock in everything around you. I want you to take stock or take a look at or evaluate your relationships, the people that you gravitate to, or the people that you attract to you, and see how your current technique has been working. I have make each day count. Make each day count, because putting ego and pride and all that shit, that it's never worked for anyone. Okay? Pride comes before destruction. Let go of ego and make each day count. So, Leo, rather, even if that is apologizing to someone, even if that is calling somebody first, even if that is saying I love you first, or getting married and you never thought you want to get married, or even if that, I mean, even if it's let's say you broke up with somebody, or somebody broke, or or a relationship ended, a past relationship, and you could have dated, time could have went by, and then it's like you could just look back and think like, damn, like they was really for me, or they were really the one, or whatever. And but you would never, or you don't usually reach out to exes, or you don't usually put yourself out there, and like you don't usually do those things, so you never hit them up. You never, out of pride or out of fear of being turned down or whatever. It is what it is. Okay? Shit. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot for you, Leo. I love you, sweetheart. I do. I do. I don't care what they say. Let me stop. All right. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Leo. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Leo. Again, y'all, make sure y'all click those links in the description box and fill out. It's like, sure, you need your first, last name, or I don't think last name, but your name, your date and time of birth, and the city that you were born in, so y'all can get y'all natal charts, okay? Because a lot of times, like, I've had people, oh, I'm a Cancer, but that Libra reading really resonated, until I help them get their chart, and then they realize, oh, I'm Libra rising, and that's why. You feel me? Because it applies. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Leo. Yeah, so I got the Magician here too. So Leo, in the space of manifesting as well. I also feel like too, Leo, I feel like you're doing more than you're talking. I feel like you're doing more than you're talking right now. Let me get this Magician. What is this? The Magician. And then I also got the Tower too. So I feel like also somebody's mouth fucked up something. I got the Three of Wands here. Yeah, I feel like somebody is maybe no longer pleased that where their current financial status is, or where they live at. Somebody, they could possibly want to move, or they cannot be pleased with the current relationship that they have. So it's like, I'm gonna use this as an example. Having someone that you live with. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It can be a friendship or a roommate-based relationship or whatever, but just not being satisfied with it and maybe wanting to relocate. I got this Three of Wands here. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I also feel like too, somebody's mouth or their actions. Somebody somebody wrote a check that they ass couldn't cash for real. And so now it's like, oh, what do I do? Do I move along? Do I whatever? But just leave the past behind, like the Magician, the Tower, and then leave the past behind. If you let something go or something no longer suits you and you see that now, that gotta keep it pushing. I got the Four of Wands here, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I feel like too, Leo, Leo the lion, shit, you could be in like a domesticated kind of like situation right now. But I also feel like too, you have to make sure that you're watching your moves. Watch how you spend your money. Watch who you give your money to. Watch how you make your money. All right. You have that let go of ego. I'm gonna use this as an example. Don't be so prideful, or don't think that you are so smart that you can move drugs across state lines and never get caught. Don't be that cocky. Don't be that dumb. I'm just using it as an example. But if you moving weight, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. I don't encourage. Just stop by my house. I don't encourage. Just stop at my shit with a bag real quick. But yeah, I feel like Leo could be looking to relocate themselves. Divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. I feel like Leo could be looking to relocate themselves right now. Yeah, I got the King of Cups here too. So I also feel like too, Leo, make sure that any moves that you make are logical moves and not based off of emotions as well. And I also feel like too, somebody could be like financially unstable or something. So I feel like Leo, you separating yourself or you distancing yourself could put somebody in some type of financial, I don't want to say like financial hardship or battle or whatever, but they could be unstable emotionally or financially. But I honestly feel like Leo, you are the foundation, or you are the stability or the solid ground in the situation. This King of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like, now talking about somebody running their mouth or doing something they ass can't cash or whatever, I just feel like possibly even being way too, I don't want to say overly emotional, because I don't ever want to make someone feel like their emotions or their feelings are invalid, because that is not true. But with this King of Cups here, I honestly do feel like something just could have like ran its course. And I feel like Leo, in some point, Leo really tried. I feel like Leo, you could have really tried, or you could have really been putting your best foot forward in the situation. But I feel like somebody could be like extremely shallow. I feel like too, Leo, you could have met somebody during a time that you were at your highest materialistic state of mind, and you could move past that, and they're still stuck there. And so Leo, also too, I feel like don't feel no type of way. I ain't even reading the star here. I feel like don't feel no type of way. I feel like somebody's also very wasteful. Yes. So I feel like too, Leo, you could even feel unappreciated. It's like somebody's extremely wasteful. But Leo, realize too, I had to learn this my damn self. People aren't going to elevate or ascend or change in the same time frame or in the same ways that you are. Also too, you know, a lot of times when we meet people, or they would like, even if we move past that state of mind and that person is still stuck there, I want you, like I said, look at what you have, look at your technique, look, take a real look at that, at the fact that this is who you used to be. So Leo, if you did experience people leaving out of your life, or people distancing themselves, or certain relationships just not working out, however they may not work out, and you could find yourself in a situationship to whereas it's like you could have love for somebody, but they are just a certain type of way that just does not resonate with you anymore, or doesn't resonate with your spirit, or how you would like to do things or choose to do things or whatever. Look at like, wow, this is why people left me. I cannot stand this shit. Or wow, this is why I left this, or whatever. Like, I can't stand this shit. But I feel like Leo, you could have like a change of heart or something. I feel like somebody is really fucking wasteful. Somebody, I feel like Leo too, somebody would rather spend your money while you work like a fucking dog, and they don't do, and while they do the bare minimum, or they're not pulling as much of their weight. I got the Strength card here too. So I feel like also too, Leo, now you had this in the Betrayal, I am willing to know the truth. I wanted to say after it came out, after I read that card, but I held my tongue. I am willing to tell the truth is what Betrayal said, but I wanted to say I'm willing to know the truth, but I am willing to tell the truth. That's what I wanted to say. So I feel like also too, Leo, even if it hurts somebody's feelings, it's all right. I feel like gentle strength as well. Let me get two more. Leo, you do not have to over assert yourself, nor do you have to be aggressive or anything to get your point across. I feel like your shift in energy is noticed. Maybe the way that you deal with somebody. Maybe you don't answer your phone as much as you used to. Maybe you don't do as many favors as you used to do for a certain person. But I just feel like Leo is on a journey of self-discovery and trying to move and walk in their path. I feel like Leo is thinking about things that are permanent, and I feel like it's like I'm gonna use this as an example. For me, when I went to college, that was a good year. I'm a proud college dropout. I ain't gonna lie. I learned more outside of school. I've always been good at school, but for whatever reason, the people on this earth can't teach me. I don't know what it is, but I just can't. And I learned much better and much more on my own. Um, so it's like me coming from this childlike, because when I was, that was a great year. I partied, started getting tattoos, started getting piercings, cut my hair off. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't that girl in high school that niggas was checking for. I'm getting attention. Like, I was doing my big one. I'ma just say that. I had fun. But when I left school and I started to, look into, okay, my life, what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm not in college no more. I'm not on my way to no degree. I'm not on my way, you know what I'm saying? Like, life hit me like bills and this, okay, what do I need to get started? I started thinking about the adults, like real adult factors of shit. I got the Four of Cups here. This Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So I feel like also too, leaving someone or relocating someone or leaving some whatever, I feel like it could be really fucking hard. But I just feel like going from like a childlike state or going from a state of ignorance, and I'm not saying ignorant, when people hear ignorant, they get offended. Ignorance is just a lack of, I don't know if this is the Webster dictionary or whatever, but ignorance is the lack of knowledge. So it's like, I feel like, Leo, you could have had the lack of knowledge about your God self, about your higher self, and then you're coming into that, leaving outside of that childlike state. Like, I'm gonna use this as because I'm trying to explain this the best that I can, but I'm not trying to ramble. But like, when you think about the symbol for Sagittarius, the horse's body with the man on top, is coming from an animalistic state into your higher purpose or your higher self. That's what that symbolizes. And so that's honestly what this feels like for you, Leo. The star, and then also the strength, and then I also have the Four of Cups. So I feel like also too, Leo is not accepting any excuses. Yeah, Page of Cups. Leo is not accepting any excuses or half truth. I got the King of Pentacles, and then I also got the Chariot. So I feel like Leo is not being used anymore. Leo is separating themselves. You cannot have any more of Leo's money, time, or attention if you do not value it. But this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here, it's something about it. I feel like somebody thinks that they can sweet talk you, or somebody tries to play word games, or somebody tries to, I don't know what it is, but I feel like somebody just don't come correct, Leo. I feel like somebody just don't come correct and you move the fuck on. Yeah, I got the King of Swords here, the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, then the King of Swords. So I feel like too, Leo is in a more, or on a pathway to a more emotional, stable place, or more mentally, emotionally stable place. This King of Swords too, with this Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot, I feel like Leo is also being, I'm not saying aggressive in like a physical manner, but Leo may not be, like I said, doing certain favors, giving out money and all of that shit. Yeah, so I got the Six of Swords here. Now this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I got the Page of Swords, and then I also got the Moon. So I feel like too, Leo, even if you hadn't decided on cutting off a certain thing or person from your life, I feel like this is something that you could be doing silently. You could not be telling nobody. Let me get one more. Oh, shit. Come on, Naya. Damn. Damn. I got the Seven of Cups here, and then I also got the Temperance. So I feel like too, Leo, I feel like it doesn't matter what you do. I'm gonna use this as an example, like having a lot of history with somebody, and then if you relocate yourself or you move or you get away from them, they still expect for you to come back or to be around, because they feel like, you know what, I got them under my hook, I got them under, they ain't going nowhere, whatever. I feel like, Leo, you could have been too nice and they never thought that you were going anywhere. But with this Seven of Cups, with the Temperance, the Page of Swords, and then also the Moon, I feel like somebody is in constant thought, possibly about the person that they're dealing with, their finances, what they have around them. And I also feel like too, when it comes down, I feel like your thinking or your awareness being at its highest or at its best, maybe even when you are under certain psychedelics, That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. Weed, shrooms, just certain things. I don't encourage no pill. I ain't with no capsules and no, I don't do no, I ain't never in my life. But rather it be shrooms or shrooms or marijuana or something like that. But I just feel like, no, yeah, I am waiting patiently. I compare others to you. Yeah, Leo. Somebody is not whoever tried to play with you or tried to play with your mind or tried to play with your emotions. I feel like somebody could have, like, whether it was consciously or not, they could have tapped into the deepest parts of you mentally and was able to figure out how to work you emotionally. So I said at the beginning of the reading, Leo, I feel like you need to watch what you listen to, whether that be people, music, or whatever, because I feel like somebody is extremely manipulative, and you know this, but I feel like you've given something or someone a lot of fucking chances or passes, and I feel like Leo is just on a journey of only pleasing themselves right now. I compare others to you. I am waiting patiently. Yeah, I feel like too, for whatever reason, Leo, I feel like your sex or your money, and I'm not saying that this is all that you are, all that you're worth, but I honestly do feel like your sex and your money are being compared to someone else. I'm gonna use this as an example, like the person that you could not be fucking with. They go somewhere else, start dealing with somebody else, and that person ain't got as much money, or they yamming, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't slanging how they supposed to, like, they ain't slanging like Leo, or they ain't bouncing like Leo. Like, they just not giving what Leo give. That's your fucking fault, bitch. I do love you, and I know you don't feel the same. I do love you, and I know you don't feel the same. Let me get one more for divine feminine, divine masculine, Leo. So whether this is you or somebody else, Leo, with this, I know you don't feel the same. I feel like too, Leo, I hide my feelings. I do love you. I know you don't feel the same, and I hide my feelings. I compare others to you, and I am waiting patiently. I hide my feelings, hiding the truth. Hiding the truth. So Leo, whether this is you or not, don't do that. I feel like tap into your emotional side, tap into your I wouldn't say vulnerable side, or don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I need security. So I feel like also too, Leo may need the reassurance that if they step out, or if they put their energy into something, that it will be worth it, or that they won't get played. So I feel like somebody could need some type of reassurance that somebody can need some type of reassurance that they're not gonna get played or done the way. Like I said, do not bring in, because even thinking like that, control your thoughts and your deeds. Well, control your thoughts and your deeds will follow. But even thinking about that shit, you'll manifest that bullshit back into your life, into your future, and you'll put yourself in that cycle. I got one more here. Let me get one more. I got one here. All right. Closing affirmations for Leo. So the first one says, cry. It says, the earth never held back out of fear of looking weak. It releases what it needs to so that the sun can shine again. This is bringing me to the heart of gentle strength. Just because you a lion, just because you top shot of Dundada, just because you king of the jungle, just because you know what I'm saying, lion, lioness, that don't mean that they ain't got feelings too. Thugs got feelings too. Thugs got feelings too. Thugs cry too. I ain't never, like, but I'm sure yeah. Shit. I have allowed life. You could die one day knowing you've never really lived. Or you can live today knowing at any moment you could die. I told you, Leo, don't be doing anything, or don't be in the space of just surviving. Live. Actually live. Journey out. Take trips. Do things that you don't usually do. This I hide my feelings. Maybe you need to express some feelings. I need security. Whether it's you or somebody else, I feel like insecurity could be an issue. Maybe of like their spot or their place in a certain situation, insecurity could be an issue. Like I said, Leo, you're validating yourself. Release control. It is what it is. Allow people to be. I posted something on my big old platform. It was a meme that said, I wrote a caption saying, allow people to stay where they are most comfortable being, even if it is in ignorance. But if you are being underappreciated, not valued or whatever, or you and the person like just not seeing eye to eye, and you feel like you may need a vacation, like I said, Leo, go on a walking meditation, listen to some music, and just calm your motherfucking nerves. All right, because I feel like how calm you are, or how passive you can be with certain people. I feel like they may look at that as a weakness or as a sign that their position is permanent. Even with marriage, it's supposed to be permanent, but you don't act right, you can get divorced, you can get left, to the point of, especially when you just are so mentally, I'm just giving the example of marriage, but whether it be marriage or whether it be, just boyfriend, girlfriend, regular relationships, family relationships, or whatever. But it's like, to the point of, it's like, look, if we divorced, I know damn well, you may get a nice little portion of this or whatever, but I'm so fucking tired of you that I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna get my shit back. I don't care. I need a peace of mind. So Leo, you on your journey to your higher purpose and fulfilling yourself. If somebody else doesn't resonate with that, let them be. Let them be. We don't need them blockages. And I feel like you cutting off greedy ass people. I love that for you. I love you so much. Remember, y'all, check that description box so y'all can get them links, so that way y'all can pull up y'all natal chart. But I love y'all, mind, body, and soul. I promise y'all I do. Follow no man, for his journey is not your own. I love y'all as is, and I hope y'all love yourselves the same. Mwah! I see y'all later. We about to do these fire signs. I'll see y'all later, Leo.